May 15, 2012. I wake up, check up the news, and the trending headline is Carlos Fuentes, Mexican pen writer, dies at 83. Okay, my heart literally stopped beating. I start tweeting my friends, my family. How did he die? What's going on? Maybe here in Spain at the university, people don't know who Carlos Fuentes was, but in Mexico he was a famous and well-known author. Not exactly because of the quality of his pen, because that's always debatable, but because of the message he sent. He was a critic of the political and social situation of the country after the revolution. Of heart a socialist, and of reality a simple critic cynic. Carlos Fuentes had a strong message for Mexico, saying you cannot pretend to be without being. You have to stop running from yourself, because the Mexico he describes is one of people that are hiding from themselves. They're running, they're pretending, that fought for ideals, but at the moment that they had the opportunity, well, guess what? They betrayed them. Knowing this of Carlos Fuentes, I decided to investigate, because if the man had died, and men from Vargallosas to, in his time, Octavio Paz, Julio Cortázar, Mario Benedetti, all of them used to search his company and have debates and cafes with him, not to say bohemian parties. He sure had something to say. I must read something more of him than his famous aura in Spanish. So I ran to Amazon to buy the ebook of La Región Más Transparente, his first novel. He wrote it before he was 30 years old. Imagine being a boom so young. I couldn't find it, so I had to run to La Tienda del Libro, where it was, and found myself submerged in a Mexico of 30 more years ago. Maybe the technology has changed. Maybe the debates of the intellectuals have changed, but the heart of the society continues. It's incredible how there are things that don't change. La Región Más Transparente del Aire. It's a novel placed just in the years after the revolution, with the new riches, with the entrepreneurs that said, after the revolution, if you want progress to continue, you have to bring capitalism to the country. You have to make business. You need to sacrifice some things in order to win others. So, to explain this, we'll have three characters. Federico Robles, Rodrigo Pola, and Norma, the eternal girlfriend. But no character is black or white with Carlos Fuentes. They are complex, they are twisted, they are at certain moments disgusting, and at other moments identifiable. They're persons that are living their dream, but dreams not of princesses and dragons and of being the best of your career, but people who dreamed with being rich, with being famous, with being socially someone. It's not about seeing someone in the mirror and saying that is me, but how the world sees me. If you want to find the philosophic backbone of the story, think of the Dasein. Actually, Carlos Fuentes speaks of the Dasein during his novel. It's the being there, how you form yourself, how you have to choose between who you were in your past, the time before the revolution, and who you want to be the time after the revolution. The story is complex. The novel is dense and long. It's almost 500 pages. Carlos Fuentes was strongly criticized at the same time that he was made an idol by other authors and critics of all the world because of the way he used language. He did a mixture. It's a very interesting mixture, if you want me to say so, because he's mixing the common language of Mexico, the slang, the argot, with the high class, with French, German, and English. In one novel, he combines the terms of stream of thought with dialogue, with internal monologue, with flashbacks, It's almost as if you were watching a movie. At the time, critics compared him with Joyce and with the existentialism of Beckett. But they also criticized the fact that it's too local. If you want to understand it fully and love as a person, a Mexican who loves, you need to know the story of Mexico. You need to know what's behind the closed doors of a person's soul. Because one thing is what you see in a person, another thing is how they live, those secrets that they have lived with so much that have become obvious to them, that they don't need to pronounce to know that they are there. The complex of being inferior to the Europeans or to the Americans, the necessity to impress. Of course that there are universalities in these concepts, but at the same time there are traits that are unique to the country. I personally still hold no judgment regarding the novel. This is because, disregarding the fact that the main character is a city and that you get to see the whole spectrum, I don't feel I get to see a whole spectrum. It goes too much into the social. I can actually imagine Carlos Fuentes writing some of the phrases while being in an interesting soiree, discussing with champagne the meaning of life between being and having, taking notes, living life, criticizing in silence. But I believe a novel should be more than just observations, than chronicles. A novel needs a heart, a pulse, and that's what this novel is lacking. Something that grips you from the beginning and says, dance with me. Maybe you are suffering. Maybe you want to throw up. Maybe you want to take the book and burn it because what you're reading is so horrible, so traumatizing that you cannot hold it any longer. But that's the point of rhythm. And even more if you're writing a long novel. To have your reading, they're dancing to what you're dictating to. Not to have them enforced. Not to have them thinking, one page more, let's see what happens. On the other hand, I quite love the characters of Ixtas y Cienfuegos. Imagine that there are characters that are there but are not there. Maybe it's part of the boom Latinoamericano to which Carlos Fuentes belonged to. Maybe not. But this kind of realismo mágico is what gives flavor to the novel, what makes you say, you know, here in Latin America, in Mexico, we like seeing things that are not there. And seeing things that are not there, feeling them, the connection with the gods, with the Aztecs, with the sacrifice, is not having a mental disease, but a part of the day-to-day reality. Interpreting magic as an act of everyday life is one of the few things that make living worth it.